In this video, I'm going to offer you a bit more information about the proposal assignment that you're doing for this module and give you some suggestions for how you might want to approach it. So I think the first thing to consider is space. You've got about 750 to 1,000 words for this assignment, which is a little more than twice the length of your memo. I've given you this range of words because I think this is pretty consistent with the type of space you'll have when you're proposing a project like this. So you could think of this as a research proposal in a very formal academic sense, where you're looking for, say, funding for your own research activities, or you could think of it as more of a program proposal. In any case, something like 3 to 4 pages is pretty typical for these types of documents. If you find yourself really struggling to meet the minimum word count here, then that means you're not providing enough depth given your topic and your purpose. If you find yourself going over the word count significantly, then that's a sign that maybe you need to go back through, edit things down, and try to make your writing a little more concise. I think you'll find it helpful as you're approaching this to make sure that you review the assignment and look at the rubric. This is going to help you get a good sense for the specific types of questions that you need to answer in this proposal. And again, this is based on general proposal type documents, though this isn't tied to a specific genre. So it's not a conference proposal or a proposal for funding to NSF or anything like that. It's a little more general, but it'll give you the same type of experience. With that in mind, I want you to think about what proposals generally do. So they're usually asking for money, space, or time. In this case, you're probably not going to be asking for any of those because I have no money, space, or time to give you beyond what I already do. But by thinking about that possibility, you'll be able to really write a stronger proposal because you'll better understand what you need to pitch. So you're pitching your idea as well as some of your preliminary research to support that idea. You're trying to make a case that your project is a good one that's worthy of time or funding, though sadly I have neither for you in this situation. With that in mind, make sure that you clearly propose your research project. That includes your topic, your working hypothesis, and then the specific interdisciplinary approach. This is really important. When folks are looking to fund or give time or space to proposals or projects, they need to know how you're going to execute it. So you could imagine if you were proposing to DC government that you wanted to start an after-school program, for example, or you wanted to start a community tutoring service, or you wanted to provide health services to LGBTQ youth. The city might agree with you that that's necessary, but unless you are able to articulate clearly why your proposal is the most effective, if you're not able to show them how you're going to execute on this, they're not going to approve your proposal. They need to know exactly how you want to approach this. Same thing here, same thing when you're proposing any type of research. You have to make a case for why your approach is going to be effective. So part of that is articulating clearly which disciplines you're going to use, which disciplines you're going to engage, and why. Doing that will help you make a case for why your project is so important. A lot of what's unique in each of your projects is going to be based on the background that you bring to it and the lenses or disciplinary frames you choose to use. In doing this, you're going to be able to articulate to your reader what's original, what's creative, what's new in your project. And you'll do that by really making it clear what your different perspectives will be and how they contribute something new to this topic. As you're doing this, you're going to find that you need to do some preliminary research. So we'll be meeting with a librarian shortly to help you start conducting that research. For the proposal assignment, you should plan on having a few sources. I'm not going to peg you down necessarily to a particular number, but you should have begun to conduct your research by the time you're ready to submit this proposal, though it is preliminary research. So you can think of research as having multiple stages. In the preliminary stage, you're still finding out more information about the topic. You're still gathering information and really figuring out what you want to say. Once that's done, once your proposal is submitted, I'll be able to give you feedback, suggest areas for further exploration, and then you'll launch into a couple more weeks of research, which would be the next stage after preliminary. That would be the main body of your research. And this is a really important lesson within this assignment. Research never happens in one stage if it's going to be useful and sustained. So you may have had this experience in the past, maybe you haven't. If you do a bunch of research to write a single paper, you may find as you're writing that paper, as you're putting together that video or project, that you need to go out and find more information. So research is iterative. It's always looping back on itself, and each new discovery is going to require you to go out and find more information and modify your argument as you go. So I hope this is helpful. The last thing I want you to consider: reflect on what you're going to need to make this argument. So part of that could be research, but also keep in mind your final product is going to be a video. So it's not too early now to start thinking about what you might want that to look like, and that'll relate to your audience too. What do you want your video podcast to look like? Who is your audience? Are there things beyond just basic research and information that you want to include to really reach that audience? If you start thinking about that now, not only will it make your proposal stronger, but it'll also make the work that you're doing later on in the semester that much easier. So again, I hope this overview has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, I think first obvious place would be to look over the assignment and to look over the rubric. But if you have questions after having done that, please reach out to me, set an appointment, and I'm always happy to speak with you further about this assignment. Thanks for watching.